All right, so your attention to him.
Her.
Your attention to whatever it is. Your attention to that activates a vibration within you that sort of shuts you down relative to all other things.
Sure. I do my best to ignore her. I really do. I avoid her like the plague.
But you see, this is you avoided us like the plague too.
No.
Yeah. So here's what we want you to understand about that. In your awareness of this person, and so let's say that this person is a vibration, and you've translated the vibration of this person into thoughts and emotions. So the thought that you've translated this person into from your creation is someone who's hard to deal with, and the emotion that you feel is one of dread, one of resistance, one of not wanting to interact. So that's the vibration that you've got going on. But the thing about law of attraction is there's no such accurate word as avoidance. There's no avoiding anything, especially if it's the plague. When something has that much momentum, you're not avoiding it. You're using it as the reason that you're paralyzed. You put it right smack dab in the middle of your path. So now we want to give you a sort of aerial view of what's going on. Source says, oh, there he is, and there's what he wants. Shine a light on the path, shine a light on the path, shine a light on the path. Shine more light on the path, shine more light on the path, shine more light on the path. The plague is a big shadow on the path. He can't see past the plague. He can't see past the plague. Light it up more. We did. The whole earth's on fire. He can't see past the plague. Well, and Source can't put the plague out. In other words, because you're the one that put the plague on the path. So you're the only one that can look around it. Well, you can't look around it once you're really engaged in it any more than these two lovely children could stop bickering with each other. That momentum was just, it had a life of its own, and it was just going to carry itself out. You got to start at an earlier place. And so when you say, I have a lot of things going on, that's a less resistant place.
Yes.
When you say, and one of them, then you said, my biggest client, dun, dun, dun. My biggest client, and therefore the client I think the most about. My biggest client, therefore, so I have this path of least resistance with all kinds of opportunities, things that you haven't even received yet, all lined up for you. Amazing things lined up for you.
Yeah.
But because
I can feel that.
Because and that's why you light it up for us, even though you weren't really in the mood to come.
I didn't bring my glasses. I couldn't see who you were pointing at, so. Yes. Sorry.
Esther saw a television commercial the other day. She's seen it a few times, and she really, really liked it for this reason. They used words differently than she had heard them before. You may have seen the commercial. It's about a house that smells. And the word was nose blind. Nose blind. And Esther thought that was so funny to use the word blind with nose. And we think it's funny that you're using the word blind with energy. In other words, we don't want you to see your path. We want you to feel your path. And we know, we get what you're talking about here. But it's the reason this whole thing is so wonderful is because everyone has these blind spots. And the reason that you have a blind spot to what you want is because you've practiced thoughts that are in the way. So even though Source is lighting up your trail in a really powerful way, you can't sense it. You can't sense it because you've got another vibration that's active that's in the way of it. And that's why we say you got to start at an earlier place. So let's go to a more general place.
Okay.
Let's not talk about the plague person or even the biggest client. Let's talk about entrepreneurship in general.
Okay.
What is it that you like about it? Freedom, open-endedness, never-endedness, opportunity.
Yep. Unlimited opportunity.
Exhilaration, passion.
Challenge. Fun.
Well, challenge is interesting because that's overcoming plagues. In other words, the challenge really, a challenge isn't really your path of least resistance. Oh, except that sometimes people take challenges because the challenge launches the rocket. But once the rocket has been launched, don't hang around in the challenge anymore, because then it just turns into resistance. Oh, that's worth thinking about, isn't it? Knowing what you don't want helps you know what you do want. But if you keep complaining about what you don't want, now you've launched the rocket, and all your attention to what you don't want is making you nose blind to what you really want. Yes? So let's talk in general terms. Entrepreneurship is freedom. It's unlimitedness.
Yep.
It's possibilities. It's freedom. It's clarity. Feels really good when you think about it like that. So now let's follow that path of least resistance further, if we can. It's business. It's business people. Now, when you think of business and business people, that could still be clear. It's still a path of least resistance because you're co-creating with others, and the economy is what makes the world go round, and there's enough diversity in the world that's why everything is working well the way it is. And so still clear path, and then you think of clients. Well, when you think of clients, it could still be a clear path if you're thinking of the clients where you've had great success, the clients that were easy to work with, the clients where it feels open-ended, the clients that you look forward to meeting, and then there's that client that doesn't feel so good. So stay off that subject. But let's say you can't really stay off that subject. Abraham, I can't stay off that subject. This is my biggest client. You're telling me to ignore my biggest client, and we're saying, we're asking you to be more precise about the path that you choose within that. So here's this client. Let's say that that's what you're now focusing upon, with a sincere interest to focus on with the path of least resistance in mind. Biggest client, that feels like a non-resistant feeling, doesn't it? Lots of revenue, that feels like a non-resistant feeling. Bubonic plague, hard to work with. Resistant. So you just want to use different words around it when you do come to it. And if you can't, get off of it. Focus on other things.
Yep.
The way you figure out, you see what happens to so many of you. Children. Esther watches her friend. She has a friend who's playing with her and traveling with her and staying with her, and they're having such a good time together. And her friend has absolutely no responsibility. And she's so playful. And Esther thinks, yeah, you have no responsibility. It's why you're so playful. We want you all to bring yourself to the place where you have no responsibility other than to be playful. Because there is nothing serious going on here. There's nothing serious going on here. So when you decide to make the plague out of something where there's nothing serious going on here, then that's how you get all wadded up, and then you're making your decisions nose blind. You're making your decisions not from a place of clarity, not from a place of alignment, not from a place of knowing the long view. So our conversation seemed vague. It was good though, wasn't it? Seems vague. But that's really what we want you to be for a while. Be vague enough that you can have no resistance, because it's in the specifics that you begin to gather more momentum. So you want to gather more momentum when it's a clear path. You want to gather no momentum when it's a rough path of least resistance. You see what we're getting at?
Yeah.
So now you want to talk more about it? Let's see what we've accomplished here. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah. So talk to us. You like entrepreneurship.
I do.
So, and it's meaningful to you in many, many ways.
Yes.
And you like receiving, and you like being of value for others receiving. You like the win-win thing that goes on in it. We know you do. And so, what is your favorite? That's path of least resistance, isn't it?
Yes.
What's your favorite aspect of your work? Talking to people, plotting charts, speculating in your own mind, engaging with them. What's your favorite part of it? What rings your bells? What part of it do you like to do the most?
I like most just the creative aspect of it, just creating new things. Yeah, I like the creation part.
So now go down that path. Take some pleasure, because you see, it doesn't matter what aspect of your business you're thinking about. If you're thinking about the part that takes you down the path, now your path's wide open, and you got to understand, all the other things that you've been asking for are in your vortex calling you along this resistance-free path. So if you choose one aspect that opens you up and allows you to go, it takes you to all of the things you want. You see what we're getting at? If you pick the part that you like the least, and you try to work on that, now you're closed off to the path, and now you don't get any of the other stuff that you want. Ooh, that was big. You heard it, didn't you?
Yes.
So now we have another question for you.
Okay.
So we've sort of sorted out that in this subject of your business and entrepreneurship, that there are less and more aspects that hold resistance. But let's step back even further. What about your life in general? Are there other aspects of your life that hold less resistance than that? Than the work part, than the earning part, than the entrepreneurship part? In other words, are there other things in life that really call you, that have, like what?
I love to be outside. I love to ride my bike.
All
I
right,
love to be in the ocean.
So would you say that ocean is less resistance than the subject of your business? Yeah. So can you hear us when we say, if you're thinking about the ocean, you're helping your business?
Yes.
If you're in the ocean, you're helping your business?
Yes.
When you're in the ocean, you know how many great ideas you get when you're in the ocean?
A lot.
Because you're in the ocean, you've taken the path of least resistance. All your receptors are open. You get the ideas, and then you remember the plague. So what we're getting at is, so what else? What else? Outside the ocean, the business, all of these have the potential of being resistance-free. What else?
Yep. I love to run with my dog.
Least resistance of all. That glorious dog, least resistance of all. You know how many great ideas you get when you're with your dog? You know, do you know your dog is a direct route to source?
Yeah.
You know that your dog is wide open energy? Do you know your dog has no responsibilities? Your dog has figured it all out. Your dog is just wide open, following the impulse and in gay abandon. And that's what we want for all of you, you see. And anyway, it doesn't matter how resistant you are, because Source is never going to give up on you. In other words, they'll walk out into the audience and drag you right to where you want to be. There's no possible way that you're not going to get to where you want to be. We just think it ought to be a whole lot more fun. And this conversation is about everyone just sort of lightening up and giving yourself the permission. You see, because you don't do anybody a favor by taking the hard path and blocking yourself off from all of your resources, because then you're all resentful. Then you are resentful. Then you are making demands on others. Then you need others to give you the break that you can only get from your non-resistant path. And then it gets all twirled up, doesn't it? There's all kinds of others that need to do things different so that you can feel better. And you've got your nose in their path where you have no power, and then life isn't fun anymore. And then you go run with your dog, and it all brightens up again. Yeah. This is really good.